in Coed, Geuffron, which is really exciting because it's the first time we've been outside doing an outdoor event for the project. The Verges of the Rheidol project is a collaboration between myself as a creative practitioner, Zoe Quick as an architect and artist, ABBA Food Surplus, who are a social enterprise educating people about food waste, and Summit to Sea, who work with nature restoration. We're aiming to look at reconnecting people in our communities to each other and to our land.
I really love the idea of choosing a river as a means of connecting communities and people rather than a trunk road. I live on a trunk road and Wales is full of trunk roads which connect communities. So to choose a river is so beautiful, and if you can cycle along it and meet those communities and listen to their stories on the way, I can think of nothing better.
Helo, Kirsten a dwi'n gweithio efo Coed Cadw. Hi, I'm Kirsten and I work for the Woodland Trust, and welcome to Coed Geuffron. This is a really interesting site that was planted by the community for the community. A lot of people aren't aware of this site, so having an event like this here really helps us to draw attention to it. We hope more people come and spend time here and care for it just as much as we do.
So I'm Zoe Quick. I'm one of the lead artists on the project of Verges of the Rheidol. Today we've been dyeing wool on site from the things that are just around us right now. We've used ivy berries, gorse petals, ivy leaves, blackberry leaves, and some acorns we've stored over winter from the woodlands. So we've used those to make a variety of colours to dye wool for a bigger project we're doing to make fabric of the Rheidol with communities from around and about, and mostly young people as well, to understand how fabric is made and to think a little bit about the heritage of wool in this area and the way it's in some ways shaped the landscape, thinking about its importance in the past and maybe its significance today.
I'm Jenny and I'm an outdoor practitioner, and today I'm making a bench with people. Mostly it's been children so far. We used just old-fashioned kind of hand tools. They got to use an auger, which made a big hole. They were using a knife, which they usually enjoy, to make some pegs out of some green hazel to keep the top of the bench secure. And they banged the pegs in. We hope that the people who go up and down the cycle track will enjoy sitting on it, and perhaps we'll see the woodland area that they're allowed to go and enjoy.
I live in Machynlleth, but all my grandparents were in the Aberystwyth area, so this area has been in my life, my whole life. However, I've never been to this particular spot, and it's a real joy to find a beautiful green space right next to the river in a place that first off seems quite industrial and like somewhere I definitely wouldn't just end up visiting. So it's nice to be drawn here. It's nice to bring people here and to get creative and to engage with each other.
So something else we've been doing today, which is just always really fun, particularly with young people, is we've been making bundles out of petals and leaves that we found, folding them up in a kind of shibori technique, which leaves a kind of tie-dye mark on the fabric at the end of the dye pot boil. So we've taken those things, bundled them up, tied them into tight bundles, popped them in a big pan of boiling acorns for about an hour, and then taken them out for the kind of big reveal and unravelled them. And then hung them all up on a big washing line to dry, and they look really fantastic. I think most people have been really impressed with the variety of different patterns we've achieved from a fairly limited palette of acorns, gorse petals and ivy leaves.
It's been a really, really nice day. My favourite thing of all has been seeing the children just be able to get that distance away from the adults. So there's been loads for them to do. There's been storytelling and there's been dyeing fabric with foraged materials and making charcoal and painting using river mud, all of these things, and they've done all of those. And then as the time went on, they've been able to actually get away from the adults and create their own games, and that has felt really special after a long winter cooped up.
It's really brilliant that we've been able to put this together with all the COVID restrictions easing. It's one of the things that has been a major interest to us as a group, is bringing people together, doing creative things, being outside, making food together, and that's what the project is all about essentially.